Hi, I'm Dave Carbonell, and I'm going to show you a breathing exercise today, a breathing exercise that's particularly good for a panic attack, but also serves as the basis for any kind of regular practice with relaxation. When a patient comes to me and describes a panic attack, one of the things they almost always mention is that they couldn't catch their breath, that they felt like they were running out of air. And when I ask them, well, did you do anything about that? How did you respond to that? They usually explain that they tried to take a deep breath. But unfortunately, generally it doesn't help, it seems to make the panic attack worse rather than better, and they keep struggling with their air. So one of the things I always ask my patients is, would you show me your deep breath? I'd like to see exactly what you did. And here's what they usually show me. Here's the deep breath. That's pretty much what people show me. And you can see it's not really very deep, isn't it? It's a very shallow breath. They're breathing all from their chest and breathing in this plane of up. They're stretching and tensing their upper body, but they're not getting very deep at all. And the reason for this is terribly consistent. This is a characteristic of panic attacks. The reason is they literally forgot to do something. And if you have a lot of trouble with your breathing during a panic attack and find that you can't seem to catch your breath, and find that the harder you try, the worse it gets, you're probably forgetting the same thing too. So what are they forgetting? People forget to exhale. That's literally the truth. People forget to exhale. So I'm going to show you an exercise that will incorporate the exhale and let you work much more effectively to soothe yourself during a panic attack. When people breathe real short and shallow from here, it just tenses up these muscles, and you can't get enough air. If you try this right now at home, you'll see that that's not a comfortable breath. So I'm going to show you an exercise now that starts with an exhale and lets you really do deep breathing, or what I prefer to call it, belly breathing. So here's the exercise. Watch me first, and then you can try it. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my hands. This is the only biofeedback I do in my office. I want to put one hand up here on my chest because I want to see that this part of my body is still and not involved. And I want to put one hand down here on my belt line. Here's where I ought to be doing all the work of the breathing. Here's where all the muscular activity ought to happen. And when I'm doing it right, this is the only part of my body that moves. So the breathing exercise starts then with just a sigh. I'm going to sigh, not to empty my lungs particularly, but to relax the shoulders, let my shoulders come down, relax the muscles of my chest and my upper body. It's a simple sigh, the way you might sigh when somebody tells you something really annoying. And then ordinarily I'll close my mouth, except obviously I'm going to keep talking to you today. I'm going to close my mouth and pause. So here's the sigh. And then when it's time to inhale, I'm going to inhale through my nose by pushing out my belly. And pause, and when it's time to exhale, I'm going to exhale, probably out through my mouth, by pulling my stomach back in. And so the overall effect is I'm breathing out and in rather than up and down. Up and down is bad, out and in is good. And you used to breathe this way. And maybe around adolescence you got away from it and became a chest breather, but you used to be a belly breather. Everybody did, and the proof of that, and if you want to see some world-class belly breathers, go and see some newborns in the hospital. And you'll see, when they inhale, their tummies come out, and when they exhale, their tummies come in. They're world-class belly breathers, and that's the kind of breathing that's going to help you with a panic attack. So go ahead and give this a practice now. Put your hands like this, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belt line. And you're going to sigh. Use that to relax your upper body. And pause, and when it's time to inhale, inhale by pushing your stomach out. And pause. Exhale by pulling your stomach back in. Now, when you breathe like this, you're getting a much larger volume of air per breath. You're maybe getting a gallon where you usually only get a quart. So you need to breathe much more slowly than you're used to. Slower sigh, longer pause, slower inhale. You'll know if you're breathing too fast because it might make you yawn or it might make you feel lightheaded. And if you experience either of those, it just means slow the breathing down. Now, the key to breathing is practice. There isn't any habit that you've repeated more often in your life than breathing. And so it's going to be necessary to get lots of short practice, repetitive practice with this kind of exercise. The breathing exercise isn't hard, but it requires a lot of practice to make it routine. And on my website at anxietycoach.com, if you'll go there and look at the section on belly breathing, you'll see some articles that repeat the explanation that I've given you here, and also have specific suggestions for how often and how much practice that you need to do. But I think you'll find it very worthwhile to make the effort, that this is one of the best things a person can do to bring a panic attack to heel. So that's the breathing exercise. I hope you find that useful. Please do come if you like this material and look for more of it at my website at anxietycoach.com. Thanks for watching.